Hello YouTube, and welcome to the Carlito Show. It's me. For this week's episode, I've traveled to beautiful sunny Portugal to be here with my good friend Sky, and since it's his birthday, we're gonna build a flying wing, an FPV flying wing, and then we're gonna try it. Sky here has a bit of experience already with flying wings, so it shouldn't be much of a problem to fly it afterwards. But the wing that we currently have is completely terrible, so we're gonna build. I brought one specifically for this from the UK. Thank you as well, flyingwings.co.uk, for shipping it so fast. And yeah, we're gonna build it in a record time, maybe. We'll see. We're gonna fly! Yeah! Stay tuned. Right, so we are here in Sky's garage. Hi. And we're gonna try and assemble the wing. Where's the wing? Here's the wing. We're gonna try and assemble the wing in record time. First of all, we're gonna start cutting the places for the battery. Hi. Hey, this is Shoto. He's here to help to the party. That's as good as it's gonna get, I think. So let's make a cut like here. And actually we're trying to use this wing as a UAV, so we're gonna put a little camera like that on the bottom part and try and switch between cameras from the upper and lower, just to see if it works. Here's where I'm gonna need Shoto's help. Shoto, I'm going to put some hot glue on this side, and then we're gonna glue both halves together, and you're gonna hold it like that. Gonna do 4 as well. So I'm using a hot glue for everything. It's perfectly fine. Should be, I think.
No, I think not.
Yeah, it's alright.
Because it melts.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Glue them together, hold them in half, take your hands off the hot glue. That's all right. Actually, it's like it's melting a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. No way.
But it's fine. We're gonna use a bit of tape underneath afterwards. This wing actually doesn't like hot glue a lot.
No.
Hold it there a little bit. That's fine.
That's not good.
Oh, it's not fine.
No, they're not good.
That's how it's supposed to look. And we're gonna need more hot glue. Some types of foam are fine. It's just this one doesn't seem to like hot glue a lot.
My finger.
Obviously, if we just put hot glue in the middle, it's not gonna hold it for very long. So we need to put a carbon fiber spar that's gonna hold the two pieces of the wings together. Next part. Yeah, be careful with the hot glue gun. Yeah. Don't leave it everywhere. Next part, we're gonna glue the. This is the motor mount that comes with the wing as well. So more hot glue around on this area.
Yeah.
Maybe use gloves. So I already did the electronics beforehand. Otherwise we'd be here for hours. And it's as simple as putting the motor or connecting it to the ESC. And then the ESC is a little B and the motor is a 2300 kV motor from T-Motors. And connecting it to the ESC with the 3 cables because it's brushless. Then I have two connections. One is going to be for the battery, so the battery is going to connect directly here, and then the other, and it's going to power the ESC, and then the other connection goes to a little PDB. So this PDB, we're going to glue it as well in the wing, and because this little B doesn't have 5 volts out, the PDB is going to supply either 5 volts and 12 volts. So that's the only thing that the PDB is for. And then you have the signal cable. We need to put the motor in the motor mount. This is where things get a bit weird in this wing. It seems that it's hard. It seems that the well, I'm too lazy to get like a different motor mount to attach this one, so I have to glue this directly to the mount here. Yeah, so in case this motor fails, you're kind of screwed. That's pretty good. Now we're gonna connect the
Can you see it?
RX. Where's the RX? Where's the? Oh, you have the RX. Okay. So one is the 5 volts. Oh, where's the 5 volts on this? I think ground has to be like low. I think. And then signal is on top. Hopefully, signal is on top. And then this one we're gonna put here to the side. Pretty sure. Sure enough. Here. And then there's a couple of things that come with the kit, which is this, which I'm guessing is for the battery placement here. Then we need to do a couple of holes so the strap goes underneath.
Okay.
Now we're gonna glue the wings, and they tell us that you should glue like a little bit halfway, but I don't like that, so we're gonna glue it. We're gonna do a bigger like wing stabilizer, so it flies better. Yeah.
Shortcut.
Right, next up are the servos. Now on the manual they tell us to put this like the servos down, but no. So I'm going to put and to use Metal Gear servos, and these are definitely not Metal Gear servos, but they will work regardless. I prefer to have the servos pointed out, and then we just connect this. This is one of the parts that needs to be more or less accurate, and you need to put it perpendicular to the rest of the wing.
Accurate. This is very accurate. This is scientific.
It is.
It was scientifically measured.
Well, you know, more or less. Same, more or less.
Very accurate. You see the accuracy here?
Let's see. More or less here. What is that?
Yeah, it's fine. Look at that. Perfect. Pretty much all built except for the servos. We're gonna put those now. And like I mentioned before, a very important part of being able to fly a flying wing is the CG, which is more or less around here. So it's 170 as the manual says, 170 centimeters from the tip of from the front of the wing. So that should be the CG. G. You want either...
That's the C and the G.
Yeah, whatever. You want the so the CG, when you put your finger in the CG, you want the wing to tip either forward slightly or just stay perfectly in the same place. In this case, if I put my finger, just one finger, and I put the wing on top of it, you're gonna see that the wing is tipping back. That's because there's no battery and there's a lot of stuff still missing. So when the wing is completely built and completely filled with all the electronics and the battery, that's where you have to test the CG. We're gonna burn a hole where the servo is supposed to be with the hot glue gun.
So this is why you have to buy a strong glue gun.
Well, you can do this with
Hammer too.
not a hammer. Very important. Always try and line up the servos at least.
Scientifically again.
Yeah, more or less. You know, we put the ruler.
Whoa, we have a ruler now, huh?
There.
We are improving.
Kind of like there, more or less. And now, lastly, we just need to glue the FPV part. So again, I've already made a cable for the FPV part, which is basically a I think 25 to 100 milliwatt selectable transmitter, and there's a little cable that then connects it to a camera. And we're gonna put this here on the right hand side. And again, just make sure that you have the camera facing the right way up and pointing directly at where you want it to fly. This is a very critical part, because if you mess this up, you're going to be looking slightly off center of where you're flying, and you always think that you're flying sideways rather than flying straight, and it just takes like a little bit of off center. And also the other important thing is obviously make sure that the camera is straight, not angled down or angled up. Again, because if you're trying to trim the wing and it's pointing up, you're gonna think, oh shit, I need to trim it down, and then the wing is gonna fly. Yeah. I would avoid putting the camera anywhere near the dead front, because this is what's gonna impact in the ground most of the times. So yeah, just a bit slightly back. I would even put it further back than what we have here in the wing, just so it's protected. It's done. Pretty much. Now the rest is all just cosmetic things. Yeah. Well, we're gonna attach the little switcher afterwards. But basically, this is a switcher that will allow us to, at the flip of a switch, it will allow us to change from the upper camera to the bottom camera. Hopefully, if it all works out. The rest is just make sure that you have the correct length of the spar that connects to the elevon. Connect the wings so the servos go straight, and if they're not straight, just take the little screw out, make sure they're perfectly straight, and when you have the wing connected. And then what you can do is just bend this to fit directly into the servo arm. Good. Now what's left? Let's just connect the servos, and we're gonna go and test it out in the field.
Yeah.
See you soon. We're here in the field. we made the final adjustments to the wing. You can see we added a little switcher for the video, but you don't have to do this. You can just use a normal camera. But with a switcher, that means that when you press a switch on the remote control, it's going to transit from this camera onto the bottom one. So this is kind of like a UAV type of wing. Also, we glued everything else that was missing to glue, and the CG seems to be correct. Again, remember, the CG is the most important thing. You guys have to remember that. Check on the manual for the wing where exactly the CG for your wing is going to be, and it's crucial that when you put your finger on the CG, the wing doesn't tip backwards like it's tipping now. So if it's tipping backwards, you can use the battery. You can push it a bit front or back in order to correct the CG. So again, finger on the CG, and now it's tipping. Well, the wind isn't helping, but it's tipping slightly forward, which is more or less all right. The second thing that we need to do before we launch the wing is, even though you've already checked the CG, is to do a really a very quick soft launch. So soft launch would be just grab your wing, don't power it, you don't need to turn on the battery, and just launch it into the wind. So normally if the wind dies down, that's good. If the ass if the butt pulls up, that's bad. That means that the tail is heavy, and you can't fly with a heavy tail. You can fly well with a heavy nose. We're just gonna test it now and see if it flies for the maiden flight of this. Good to go?
Yeah, let's go.
Throttle up. Oh, and the most important thing is, if you notice that it's this was left, right? If you notice that if the trim is like off, you have to hold it, and can you trim it by yourself?
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You good to go?
Yeah.
Right. Power up. Full throttle. Yeah, that's it for the for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching Sky, the nutty one, try to fly and almost whacking us right at the end. Yeah, be sure to
wear a helmet.
Click. What? Yeah, wear a helmet as well. Be sure to click here to subscribe. Also here on his chest and face, maybe. We're gonna have a couple of videos that you can watch as well. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye!